Hello, welcome back to my corridors. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my corridors. Today I'm going to be sharing just my life with Hazel, my hamster, because I just want to share, her life with me because I loved her very much. I loved both my hamsters. Ivy's still alive and well. She's doing okay, but I just really want to share Hazel with me because she wasn't in my life as long, and I miss her, and it's only been a few days since everything happened with her, but I just want to share. And if y'all are wondering where the Sonata Arctica shirt came from, my best childhood friend went to Prog Power Fest in Atlanta not too long ago, and he got this for me. He was so sweet enough to do that. Anyway, I made a list of things with Hazel. So Hazel was a winter white Russian hamster. She was a lot bigger than Ivy, but she was the easiest to handle out of the two because Ivy's very skittish. She won't stay still when I touch her, but Hazel will. Hazel would stay still, Ivy wouldn't. But yeah. And I wrote down a list. I remember when I first brought her home, I showed my dad and brother, and the first thing my dad said was, "Golly, that could eat your other hamster," because she was pretty big compared to Ivy. But yeah, no, Hazel was Ivy's little sister. Let me just say, Hazel was kind of naughty. So there were times where she would try to climb out of her cage to escape, and there was one time she was all grinning at me, and I thought it was funny because I didn't think hamsters could grin. She was all I have to find a picture of a hamster smiling because that's what it looked like, and it was actually kind of creepy. And I actually got kind of freaked out seeing that, and I thought, but it was funny. There's this one time I remember her escaping. So I came home from work, and I came home to check on the girls, and I thought, maybe she had taken a nap. But I do that noise to try and wake them up. And that I had conditioned them to memorize that and hear me. So Hazel, I was so afraid that she had died. I didn't see her stirring in her bedding, and I freaked out. And I thought, oh man, there's no way she could have gotten out of her cage. But I looked in the closet just in case, and what do you know? There's a soft gray ball of fur, and she just made herself comfortable sleeping in my closet, and that was just pretty funny. The entire time Mommy was panicking, and Hazel, just was happily making herself comfortable sleeping in my closet. Oh, and she left me a little surprise, which was poop. But Mommy did vacuum it out. There was this one time I pet the top of her head, and she made this funny squeaking noise. She went, "Eek!" I don't know if she liked me petting the top of her head. She actually really liked it. Ivy doesn't like that very much. She'll let me pet her back and her side, but not the top of her head. But Hazel, she would let me pet the top of her head, and she really liked that. And most of y'all have seen pictures of her doing this. But for those who don't, she always looked so grumpy when she ate. She always made little demon eyes when she ate, and it was just really funny. Because it was every time she ate, she looked so grumpy. There was another time she escaped, and and so I kind of conditioned myself, if she's not stirring in her bedding, then she's probably hiding in my closet. So I opened the door, and I saw her wandering around in my closet. She was next to my little Yule tree, and I was like, "You!" I was just glad to find her, because a lot of times she escaped just to get out so she could go in my closet. She loved Mommy's closet so much. She just loved it because it was cozy and dark, and I can't blame her. There was a time when I was a little girl when I would hide in my closet because it was so cozy and dark. There was this one time I video chatted with Derek, and I got her attention and woke her up. and she was like making all these like demon eyes, and she was like poking her head in and out, and Derek did her voice, and she he he made her say, "Leave me alone, Mom," and that's probably what she was thinking. She got to meet Derek once before she died, and I thought it was so sweet. Um, I had to let Derek know that the only time you can really pet her is when she was eating, because that's the only time she would truly stay still. Because I unintentionally trained her to bite me, because she started to become a biter. So this was my bad. Around the time I first got her, I stuck my finger in front of her because I thought she was going to sniff me. Because I kind of got the sense that she was a gentle hamster, but she ended up biting my finger. But anyway, no, she bit Derek, and she nibbled at his fingers, and she actually bit down hard. But no, it was okay. So I let him know that, just don't pet her when she's not eating. But no, she was very soft. She was a very cuddly hamster. She loved strawberries a lot. I had these little strawberry treats, and I gave her actual strawberries too. Ivy likes fruit, but not as much as veggies. Ivy's favorite is kale. Hazel's more of a sweets liker. Let me find the treats that they like. Yeah, you can actually see me walking, and my back hurts. I know, these are little strawberry drops. They're made with yogurt too, and I gave some Ivy too, and I put some on Hazel's grave today, and they look like little chocolate chips. They smell good too. There's these little party treats. I don't know how much is left in here. Some of them are shaped like pizza, and they don't smell very good. And hamburgers. Yeah, they both love these. But no, she really loves strawberries, and I thought that was just so sweet. If I have this theme of naming my pets after plants, so that's why they're named Ivy and Hazel. But if I didn't have that theme, because she's gray, I would have named her Smoke. I think that would have been perfect for her, because she's gray, and sometimes I call her Hazy because of that. So that's kind of like her nickname, to kind of homage to the fact that I would have called her Smoke if I didn't have that theme of naming them after plants. I would put her in the ball, and she loved rolling in the ball. But she would also poop in it. And she would make like little 6 poops at a time, and then she'd roll in the ball at the same time. And I'm like, well, okay, well, you're going to run in the ball rolling in your poop? And I thought it was funny and kind of gross. But no, hamsters are funny because they're not potty trained. Like, they just go whenever and wherever. But no, that was pretty funny. The last thing I had was like her interacting with my dad. Dad doesn't like it when I dress him as their granddad. I guess because he really didn't want to be a granddad to 2 little hamsters. But no, I remember going to Baton Rouge and holding her in her cage, and she's like poking her head out, and so he says bye to her and says, "Bye, little creature." But he's their granddad whether he likes it or not. Anyway, that's like some funny memories with Hazel. I loved Hazel a lot. She seemed healthy, but looks can be deceiving, because I think, if I'm being honest with you, because she ate a lot, and she gathered her seeds more than she ate, and I wonder if overeating killed her. Like, she just went, what I can understand from what happened was she went to sleep and just didn't wake up. I wonder if, that had something to do with it. Like, she didn't chew on her toys. Like, I would buy so many toys, and Ivy's the only one that liked the toys. Hazel didn't. She didn't care for them. She wanted to bite on her cage, or she wanted to bite my fingers. And it was just really frustrating because, I was trying to buy so many toys for her and she wouldn't chew on them. So, I don't exactly know what was wrong with her. They also don't tell me the age at PetSmart of the pets, over the at least for the hamsters. So she could have been older than what I assumed, because I assumed she was a young hamster, but she may not even have been. But I don't know. I am. I'm just so sad she's gone, and I visited her grave in the backyard today, and I'm probably going to do that on a regular basis. And I gave her some of these, some of her favorite strawberry treats. She was a good girl. I miss her. She was a little naughty girl, but that's why I loved her so much. And Derek misses her, and I'm sure that y'all probably miss her too. I just hope that I was a good owner, and she loved me and she knew that I loved her. I did my hardest to take care of them the best I could, and people don't understand the half of how much I am a helicopter mom when it comes to my hamsters. And I just wish she had lived longer, and I know that there's nothing I could do, but I'm pretty sure she was sick with something and I didn't realize, and I should have taken her to the vet. And one thing I do have to keep in mind is when I'm adopting an animal from PetSmart, like the little creatures like that, the people at PetSmart really don't care about those animals. They really just care about money, and it makes me so sad because I care about each and every one of them a little too much, and they're not even my pets, and I just care. And I just want to take them all home and adopt them and make sure they're okay, but I realistically can't do that. So, like, having one or two at a time is just perfect. But no, I'm just glad she got to be my forever home, and I'm glad she got to meet Derek just once before she died, and I hope she wasn't in any pain when she died. I do plan on getting another hamster, and I had this fantasy in my head even before she died of getting 3 hamsters, because I was considering it. The problem is I just didn't have enough space for a 3rd hamster, but I really, really wanted one. I have an idea of what breed of hamster I want. I want another robo hamster, because I've had better luck with the robo hamster, because that's what Ivy is, and they've seemed to live the longest, and I've had better luck with them. They're way healthier for some reason. I have an idea of what I want to name her or him. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. I'm still gonna love it. And I think I'll surprise everybody, but I know what I want to name it, because the theme of naming it my pets after plants. I'll give y'all a hint. One of the Vicksburg metal bands that I'm friends with, the word is in their name. So if y'all could guess down below, that would be really cool. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. I miss Hazel, and I wish she didn't die so soon. I'm not gonna get another hamster just yet. I want to give it some time before, I can even make any decisions. Because I still need some time to grieve. And I'm always going to grieve her death, and I'm always going to be sad that she died, and I'm always going to miss her. And when it's Ivy's time to go too, I'm going to miss her too. And I've been so paranoid about Ivy now. I'm so afraid that she's going to drop dead at any moment. And I just want her to live long. Because I've had Ivy for over a year and a half. And I also got her at PetSmart, and those PetSmart hamsters don't live long because they get a lot of illnesses and they're not very well taken care of. So I just hope Hazel loved me and she knew that I really loved her. And I know I wasn't a perfect owner, but I just hope I was a good owner and good enough and a good hamster mom. But yeah. Anyway, that's it. I'm not gonna ask y'all to subscribe. I just wanted y'all to hear about Hazel, because I loved her and missed her, and I hope y'all loved and missed her too.